can kind of explain some ideas on what we can potentially do. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna open up a image. So
By the way, Frank is the guy who like put me onto the Beto trade, and we have lots of calls on Beto. Lots of,
all right, so share. Oh, I can't share.
oh, hold on one second. Let me see. Multiple participants can share.
Okay.
Try that now.
All right. We'll share this one. Okay. Let me know if you can kind of see that.
Yeah, I see it. Breaking. Oh, this is the looks like the 20. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess the 2013 cycle.
Yeah, they're all kind of the same. They're roughly the same.
Yeah.
And you can see here, I even show from the previous cycle distances and stuff like that to
Nice, dude.
all-time highs.
Yeah.
So I modeled it a little bit differently. I don't really care about the halving. So I was like, okay, what's consistent in all these cycles? Let's take it from when we break the all-time highs.
Okay.
So from breaking the all-time highs, the idea would be if you go back to the previous cycles, it could be about 40. This cycle was about 41 weeks. This one's about 49 weeks. So I'm thinking it could be 40 to 49 weeks out until we see the all-time high if we just take it from when we broke the previous all-time high.
Gotcha.
And it looks like we should start taking profits sometime around 30 to 35 weeks out. And then I came up with a model. Like, this is not my own model. This is actually something I stole from someone who did a YouTube stream, but I kind of modified it for my own benefit. That's kind of where I got the idea. And I talked to Leon about it, and I don't know what the right answer is. So that's kind of why we're here. And I'm going to build something out for everything, like Ethereum, Solana, MicroStrategy, Connell, kind of all my crypto plays.
Nice.
So the idea here is like if you started taking profits like at around 30, 35 weeks out, and you start nibbling at like 5% at a time, you would take a good chunk close to the all-time high. And your basic take coming out of that cycle, this cycle would have been on average about $12,000 a Bitcoin, which is better than like missing the top and getting wrecked because no one can time. The idea here is, and I'm not saying that anyone should do that. I don't even know if I'm going to do this. This is more like a thought experiment. So the goal is to try to reap as much as you can because no one in human history ever times the top perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of the goal here. And then if you did that in 2021, you would have got an average of almost 62,000 of Bitcoin versus the 69,000 on all-time high. So this is kind of where the idea is like the whole point of this is how do you exit this cycle with as much in your pocket as possible, and not be a bag holder. So I use, that's where I got like kind of the historical data. I haven't fine-tuned all this yet. There's some stuff I want to do with modeling the curve, how steep it is, the parabola, kind of how where can we actually get to, look at some of those dates and times. But this is kind of the range I'm looking at. Somewhere between 30 and 35 weeks out, we should start cashing out.
Okay, so
from what happened, what was it, Leon, about a week ago?
yeah, but I mean from the halving, no, that all-time high.
Yeah. I'm not, see, the whole point is this cycle is a little bit different.
Yeah.
What's consistent on every cycle, including this one, is we broke an all-time high.
So that's
so I'm thinking from a model standpoint, and I don't know if this is right? This is just like, I'm trying to think what's consistent because this cycle is a little bit different from the previous ones. But I know in every cycle we've broken the all-time high. So I'm kind of thinking, maybe we modeled this, and maybe my assumption, by the way, maybe my assumption here is wrong. But I was this idea, and this idea could be changed for any starting point and end point that we think makes the most sense. So for me, it was, oh, break all time high. And once we break all time high for every cycle, what's kind of that range? And then start cashing out. So you at least have a good amount of profits on the table and you're not left holding bags.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, dude. So I'm asking ChatGPT right now. So 30 weeks from March 14th, that was the all-time high this year. That will be September 26th. Now I'm gonna ask her, what about
Yeah,
35?
September, October. Yeah, that makes sense because we were talking about October, September. That's perfect. So we were thinking about Leon, that makes a lot of sense. And that's why we have those calls out there too. I have some deep calls out in September. So
Mhm.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yeah, it's September and October this year. So again, for the recording, if we did the traditional 15 to 18 months from the halving for the top, right? That would put us deep into next year, July to September to October, basically, that range. So there's a big discrepancy, but the thing that we're basically we think we're in union on is we got basically all year to buy, all year to lever up and play this out. So yeah, man. Okay, so can you create this document and you can make it read only so we can just copy it and like like modify it and stuff.
Yeah. I'll see if I can after a call, I'll get you a link and
Ye-
we
Yeah,
can and again, this is just an idea.
yeah.
Right now we have plenty of time to fine tune this idea as we keep collecting data,
Mm.
but the clock is ticking and I wanted to react quickly now so that we're prepared and we have a good see. For me, every investment is as important. I always kind of look at it as like a three-legged animal, right? When I
Mhm,
buy something, I want to know what my exit strategy is
mhm,
and kind of like what's my plan kind of to get out
mhm.
over time. Some people like holding stuff forever. I'm more of like, I want to take my profits and move on if it's something as volatile as crypto can be.
Yeah.
um so that's kind of the thesis here, is putting a plan together, keep noodling at it and having more people look at it than just me, and challenge what I have here, and give some feedback, and then maybe we could come to a smart place where we can reap the most from our gains in this cycle.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have another slide to share or can I share again?
No, I'll stop sharing. I just wanted to get that. I
Yeah,
just wanted to share kind of where I was at and if that made sense or not. And I'll stop sharing.
that makes sense. So yeah, interesting. I like again. I can't wait for that document because I want to model out from this year and then next year. Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, we should probably on a regular basis
yeah,
um keep looking at this plan as the data gets clearer as we keep getting through the cycle.
yeah. Okay, so we've got this range of time, which is like end of this year and then next year. So now this is an indicator that I use. This is called the Mayer multiple, and it's basically to pick the top of the last two cycles. So basically, it's when this line turns orange, and not just when it is orange, when it punches above this white line right here, which is like the 2.44. So he touched it here, but here he just parabolic moved up. So selling around orange would be good. And then here, yeah, it basically, I mean, it didn't get the exact top right here. It got basically 41,000 here. And then the second time it punctured up here, it got to 58,000. So
I'm sorry, can you explain what that area of shading
yeah.
is
So,
that
so
like kind of the beginning to the end of where it says you should get out?
well, so basically this the blue line is basically the 200-day moving average divided by the Bitcoin price divided by the 200-day moving average. And that's where we get this line. Basically he set it to where at 0.24, anything above that, it gets marked as kind of like hot. Like it's
can
really
can you
over.
do me one more favor?
Yeah.
From the where was the where did we break the all-time high before that to where the green starts?
Where the green starts. You mean right here?
Yeah. In time, you see how that like the first green dot is or whatever. How do we? I just curious how that lines up with our exit strategy.
Well, first of all, which green dot are you talking about?
No, not green dot. The when the area starts turning green under the curve.
Green.
You see how they have like those triangles? Did you make those, or did the software make it,
Oh, no, no,
or
I
does it
drew
know?
this. You're talking about this Head and Shoulders right here? I drew
No,
it.
no, no. I thought maybe the indicator did the green. You did the green. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
This is a left. Yeah, this is a
so let me ask a better question. When the indicator starts
yeah.
where we break the previous all-time high, what was that period of time? Just curious.
That was December 2020, December 26th, like right here. And then the point here, this orange point, that's January 7th of 2021. And then this point would be February 20th of 2021. Um, and then there was another time it hit the orange mark right here. This was March of 21st of March, and this was 61,000. So again, it is so this definitely looks different than this little tiny barely touch here, which was a top in 2019, and then there was just one big kind of double top spike in 2017. So, these orange lines will play out a little differently, but the second it turns orange, that's when we have to be hyper focused, like literally taking like a week off of work to kind of monitor everything. So the second it touches it, it's probably not the time to sell, but like pretty shortly after. There's another indicator called NVT, which is I believe is net value transferred. Oh shoot, there's two of them. Okay, sure. Let me go this one. So so they kind of correlate. So this is basically it's like it's tracking Bitcoins that haven't moved in a while, moving. And again, when it gets to when it gets white, that means it gets a little hyper, like a lot of stuff is moving that has moved in a while. Like same over here. This kind of captured the second top here. And then here's a top in 2019. This kind of peaked a little bit before that.
I need to take a time out for a second.
Yeah.
So we might have an issue this cycle.
Ooh.
Okay. So I don't have the data right in front of me, but we can talk. I can try to see if I can dig it up.
Yeah.
No one knows what's going on right now with Bitcoin action. There's been a lot of old coin holders
Hmm.
that have moved money to exchanges
Hmm.
and have been selling their Bitcoin.
Hmm.
Now, it also looks like they've been buying Bitcoin ETFs. So it looks like people that have been holding Bitcoin for a long time don't want to do self custody anymore and are buying the ETFs. So I don't know how that bottom indicator is going to work this cycle
Good point.
because
Yeah.
of the ETFs. Just something to think about.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong. But it's just it's a little bit different this time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good point. So I would put less emphasis in the bottom one, more in the top one, because it just shows overheated price. Um, but yeah, interesting. I've heard that also. Like basically, they don't want to deal with self custody. They don't want to lose their Bitcoin, and they rather put it in something that some institution to watch it for them, and they can sell covered calls and stuff like that too. So, and also like I wonder if that some of that could be going into IRAs. Uh no, probably not much. It's only 6,000 in IRAs. But cool. Yeah, good point. So let me just get this guy out. Alrighty. So um man, what was it? There was another thing I was gonna do. Oh yeah, so I was gonna go do the math on like when these peaks happen, and then the percentage of how far this was from the all-time high here and the all-time high here. And then I'll do the same thing. Well, this was like exactly the peak here, both peaks right here. Um, so I'll add that to a Google spreadsheet at some point. And then okay, so this is Bitcoin. We topped out on basically November 10th of 2021. And then I'll get this guy too. So this First one, this was April 2021. Now, if we go to Solana, and I'm going to compare the dates on Ethereum too. So this is BTO over here. Let me change that to Solana. Let's see how this will happen on the alts. So if I just zoom like this, and I'm going to go move here. Okay, so November 12th. Oh yeah, well, that second top was basically the exact peak of Solana too, or just almost to it. So I can't think it right here. Yeah, so that's the second peak of Bitcoin. And then the first peak on Bitcoin. Okay, so yeah, Solana doesn't have a chart here. So let me find what the let me find Solana on shit. Here we go. This is Binance, so he's got a lot more history than Coinbase. All right, so November 12th. Ah, come on, right? I'll just whatever, right there. That's actually November 10th. And then April 21st. So right here. Okay, so basically the second peak caught the peak on Solana. And then let me go to ETH. And I'll go to Binance as well. It also, the second part also got the peak on Ethereum. And then this first peak, yeah, it was a little early. So, yeah. That second peak was the true peak of the past cycle. Cool. Well, do we want to get to how we're gonna play Monday?
Well, one more question.
Yeah.
Do the alts typically pump their final pump after the Bitcoin cycle high?
So that's what happened in like 2017. And this cycle looks like basically a top here, and then look at this. The right shoulder and ETH also matched Bitcoin. So it looks like Bitcoin and ETH moving in sync. Um, I thought Solana like peaked earlier. So let me see. But no, it's he said that the second peak got here, and then boom again, like this little peak right here. So like Solana and Ethereum and Bitcoin all matching. It's all prime coins. Let me just for shits and giggles, let me put XRP in here. See what happened.
Yeah, I think the 2017 cycle might be better representative because
Hmm.
in 20 this last cycle here, I think it was prematurely pushed back or pushed down or suppressed
Yeah.
with all the Luna, FTX, all that FUD coming out,
Mhm.
Celsius, everything. And then like everything, it was just like right at the top, like end of crypto world Armageddon was going on. I
Mhm.
just never saw so much like government pressure and FUD like we saw in this past cycle. And you can kind of see that with that double peak kind of fighting,
Yeah.
where the other ones was always like a clear peak all-time high with a lower shoulder after and then kind of degraded. It's like I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no. That's correct. That you've seen the same thing. Like, yeah, you like the previous cycle, 2013, 2017, you have this peak, and then you have the bull trap. So usually, like you don't know when the peak's going to peak out, but if you see a bull trap after that, that's when you want to exit everything. So,
100%.
and by the way, yeah. So here we go. That's the top in 2017. Let me move it over here. And so yeah, it peaked, and then Ethereum peaked. So let me see how many days this was. This was, and I see, Matthew, you got a question. 20 days later, Ethereum peaked. What's up, Matthew?
Hey, Levi, thanks for doing the Zoom call. Sorry if this question is kind of a little bit different off topic, but I did want to ask you since I had this opportunity. So I have 3 loans on Sharkify for Sharkify NFTs, two
Uh-huh.
at 4.5 Sol and one at 4 Sol. Do you, as far like, my question is like, what is your NFT trading platform for our strategy going forward for like lending on Sharkify right now? I only did a small
Well,
amount, so I'm okay with holding those. But do you think I should hold those until the NFTs go back up, or should I just take the loss if they foreclose?
Just two sharks.
It's three sharks. It's two at 4.5 soul and one at 4 soul.
So okay, so it's up to you if you want to hold one, but I would sell at least two because it's dude, as when Solana pumps, man, you don't want to be in NFTs. If Solana is pumping, NFT is going to crash. Just like if Solana is going up, NFTs in Ethereum are going to be priced lower because people reprice in USD. So you're losing Solana, you're losing Ethereum. I mean, roughly you're getting the same amount of dollars, but obviously, you're losing a primary asset. So I haven't been lending in the last few weeks, man. Like because everybody
Okay.
you're just pumping too hard. You want to lend when the price action is kind of going sideways, but we're in a bullish market still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I've made more yield than cutting a loss on one soul, but it still stings. I'm like, I should probably sell if they foreclose.
Yeah, man, that's a tricky thing. It's like staking is usually the safest thing, but obviously with in the right timing, the right environment, you can get more from lending. But it's like it's not something you can do like for months at the end, man. It's like you could the entire environment could shift like 1 month later.
Yeah. Okay, that was it.
Yeah, and actually, right now would be a great time to borrow Solana. Like buy you borrow Solana, you buy an NFT, then you borrow Solana off of that NFT, and it basically it just keeps. That's called leveraging up on the buy side, but that's way too risky. Uh,
Yeah.
oh, hey Billy. Oh yeah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah,
Hello?
hear you.
Cool. How's it going, dude?
Going good, good, good. So yeah, we're just doing this chart projections. Oh, let me end the recording 1 second here. Pause share. Oh no, yeah, here we go. Cool. Oh wait, no.